So our special guest for tonight is actually a culinary arts student from the International Culinary Center, and she's only 18 years old. Please welcome from Monterrey, Nuevo León, Alejandra Lopez Martinez.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for coming. Now, I hear that you have your own cooking show.
Yes, I do. So about 2 years ago, I started my own cooking show called Cooking with Ali. And throughout the years, I've made many unique and quite tasty meals using recipes from either websites that I have found, or some that have been recommended to me, or some that I have even created on my own. And each week I have a different theme with which I base my foods off of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so last week I did some Greek desserts, and this week I decided to try something new and interesting.
Well, what would that be?
Wartime recipes. Today I actually wanted to focus on the eggless Christmas cake.
Oh, a Christmas cake. And here I thought we were in March.
Yeah, I might be 3 months too late, but better late than never, right?
Of course. Now, could you tell us more about this Christmas cake?
So the eggless Christmas cake was a recipe from the British home front during World War II. And as the name suggests, it was served during Christmas season, during celebrations. And the ingredients that are used are also used to this day, but because there was strict rationing, some foods were limited. For example, in 1940, commercially farmed hens were killed and sold to the market to great degrees, and because of this, less eggs were produced. So there was a strict rationing of 1 egg per person per week, and this is why many of the recipes during the war were created without eggs. On the other hand, supply of carrots was really big, so recipes like these used carrots and grazed them over the food to create a kind of sweet taste, because sugar was strictly rationed during this time.
Wow, that's so interesting. I didn't know that. And is there a reason as to why dry fruits were used instead of, something that actually tasted good?
Yeah, of course. Drying fruits and other foods was an effective and old-fashioned way of preserving food for longer periods of time.
Okay. Well, I have one more question for you.
And I have an answer.
Could you show us how to make your eggless Christmas cake?
I thought you'd never ask.
Let's go to the kitchen then.
Here we have the ingredients for the eggless Christmas cake. So we have vanilla and almond extract, a scale, self-rising flour, a grater, dried fruits, butter, a syrup resembling the golden syrup from Britain, measuring utensils, ground cinnamon, baking soda, tea, raisins, sugar, and a baking and cooking pan. Oh, and I forgot something. A large carrot. And now we're gonna grate the carrot until it is finely grated. Ow. And now that we have our beautifully finely grated carrot, we can go ahead and cook it for 5 minutes, along with 2 to 3 tablespoons of syrup. And I'm going to go ahead and add 3 tablespoons of syrup. And you just mix that up for 5 minutes. And now we're going to cream about 85 grams of sugar and 110 grams of butter until it is light and fluffy. But first we must measure these ingredients. Dad, would you like some delicious butter and sugar for your diet?
No, thank you. I'll wait for the cake.
Oh my. Next up, we are going to stir 1 teaspoon of baking soda into the syrup mixture. Now we are going to beat the syrup mixture into the sugar and butter as if you were adding an egg, bit by bit. And you keep doing that until you have all of the syrup mixture in the solution. Here I am adding half a teaspoon of vanilla essence and half a teaspoon of almond extract. Oh my gosh. That is about half a teaspoon. And I already put half a teaspoon of vanilla essence. We are going to add that to the mixture and stir it and make a mess. The next step is to weigh 170 grams of mixed dried fruit. So I have raisins and cranberries, and I'm going to mix them so that this reads 170 grams. And now we are going to add these dried mixed fruits into this very appealing mixture. Yay! And you stir it. Sammy, come look at this beauty.
What?
Come look at it. Do you want to try it?
No, that's nasty. I don't want to try that.
And now we have 1.5 cups of self-rising flour and 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And we're going to fold it in to the mixture and stir it again. At this point, your mixture should look like a combination of feces and snow. So what we're gonna do is add 1 cup or 1 teacup of warm tea. And we are going to stir it up again. Now we have to grease the pan with margarine or butter. Here I'm using butter. Back in the old days, they didn't have cooking spray. You can see that I left a slight depression in the center to stop the cake from rising too much during cooking. Preheat the oven to 200 grados centígrados or 390 degrees Fahrenheit. It is time to put the Christmas cake into the oven. Oof, that's hot. So now we're gonna leave this here for 15 minutes and wait. And after those 15 minutes, we will lower the temperature to 160 grados centígrados or 320 degrees Fahrenheit and wait for 45 minutes. The Wartime Eggless Christmas cake is now complete. Tristan, would you like to do the honors? cake looks really good. I decided not to use any icing sugar because it was banned in 1942 by the British government, but some alternative toppings were occasionally used.
One large carrot.
Have the ingredients for the syrup that resembles the Here we have the ingredients for the eggless.
Well, now it looks like diarrhea.